Splash your worries away at Thailand's Songkran Festival. Are you ready for a huge Songkran water fight? Before you jump right in, here are a few things to keep in mind. While water fights are fun, they can also lead to accidents. All you need to do is be aware of some important taboos and safety tips. Don't splash monks, the elderly, or babies. Doing so is considered dangerous and rude, and you might even end up at a local police station. Expensive clothes are not the ideal option for water fights. Also, consider how the colors you wear will look when your clothes get wet. For ladies, wearing swimsuits under your clothes is a smart choice. Avoid driving. Road accidents are common during Songkran. Slippery roads with water everywhere make driving dangerous, so it's much safer to use public transportation. Many people will apply wet mud to your face as a blessing, though it's banned in some areas. It's a good idea to carry a bottle of water to wash your face with later on. Skip the solid ice. While cold water is commonly splashed about, it shouldn't include solid ice. Most importantly, have fun!
Welcome back, everyone, to English for You. I'm Adam.
And I'm Elsie.
And everyone, in our first part of our article, we learned about Songkran.
That's right. We talked about the fun water fights and traditional customs.
Yeah, we did. And there was a lot more to explore about this amazing festival.
What else should we know about Songkran? Maybe the rules?
Excellent point. Yeah, we need to know more about the rules. So if we do go there, we know what to do. So everyone, let's find out more. Our article starts off by saying, are you ready for a huge Songkran water fight? Before you jump right in, here are a few things to keep in mind. There we see the phrase jump in, which is to quickly become involved in a situation, activity, or conversation without hesitation.
Jump in 就是迅速参与、突然加入的意思。所以呢，课文问我们准备好来一场盛大的送干节泼水大战了吗？在你全心投入之前，这里有一些需要记住的事情。
Yeah, so we need to be careful just to jump in about something. Okay. Continuing with our article, it says, while water fights are fun, they can also lead to accidents. There we see the phrase lead to, which is to cause or result in something happening, to guide or direct towards a particular outcome or situation. So an easy example we could say is, poor communication can lead to misunderstandings.
Lead to something 那就是导致或是促成某事。虽然泼水很有趣，但是呢也可能导致意外的发生。
All right, and seeing more, it says all you need to do is be aware of some important taboos and safety tips. Aware is an adjective. It's knowing or realizing something. An example sentence we could say is, she was aware of the dangers of walking alone at night.
Aware 这个字呢，它是个形容词，代表意识到的或是知道的。Be aware of something or somebody， 那就是意识到或是知道某事物或是某人。那另外我们还看到这个名词 taboo， 指的是禁忌忌讳。所以呢，只要留意一些重要的禁忌，还有安全提示，就能够玩得安心。So what's the first one?
All right, so the first taboo is don't splash monks, the elderly, or babies. There, everyone, we see the noun monk, which is a member of a religious community of men who usually live under vows of poverty, chastity, and obedience. So an example using the word monk we could say is, the monk spent his days praying and meditating at the monastery.
Monk 就是和尚或是僧侣，所以第一件事情我们要记得的就是不要泼水到僧侣啦、老人或是婴儿的身上。 But I remember we can pour water on the elderly's hands, right?
Yes, but you can't run up to like a monk or an elderly person and just be like, got you.
Right? So that's a no-no.
That's a no-no. That is a taboo we wouldn't do. All right, moving along with our article, it says, doing so is considered dangerous and rude, and you might even end up at a local police station.
哇，这样做呢是被认为既危险又无理，你甚至可能因此进了当地的警察局哦。那这边呢，我们看到今天的文法重点 ，Let's take a look。在今天的 Language in Focus 当中，我们要说到 consider 这个动词的用法。第一个 consider 后面要接上受词，再接上受词补语，可以表示是点点点为，或者是认为点点点。它的受词补语呢，常是名词啦、形容词或是不定词。For example, many users consider the new function to be very useful. 许多使用者们认为这项新功能非常有用。那句子里面的 to be 是可以省略掉的。那第二个 consider 也可以用被动语态来表达，那就代表被视为点点点。课文当中就是使用被动，那句型是主词出来之后，加上被动的元素 be 动词，还有 consider 要加上字尾 ed 做过去分词，后方 to be 可以接上，可以省略。接下来你就可以加上形容词或是名词。那接着如果这个执行动作的人是重要的，是需要被说出来的，那你就再接个 by， 再加上对象。For example, her idea is considered very creative by the team. 她的想法被团队视为非常有创意。
Okay, so what are some other things that we need to be aware about during this festival? Well, it tells us expensive clothes are not the ideal option for water fights. There we see the adjective ideal, which is perfect or most suitable for a particular purpose or situation. So an example sentence using this word we could say is, this house is an ideal place to raise a family.
Ideal 好，字尾有一个 L 要特别小心哦，它是形容词理想的。那这边用来形容的字是 option 名词选项，供选择的东西。所以第二个我们要注意到的是，昂贵的衣服并不是参加泼水节活动的理想选择。
Yeah, so while you're running down the street participating in this festival, you shouldn't probably be wearing a suit. And maybe you shouldn't be carrying your LV bag.
Okay,
or
no LV bag, no Dior bags.
Yeah.
Just wear something casual, right?
Exactly.
Casual and comfortable.
Casual and comfortable. And you got to probably be careful about wearing electronics like an Apple iWatch or something like that. So jumping back to our article, everyone, it says, also consider how the colors you wear will look when your clothes get wet.
还要考虑到衣服湿透之后的颜色效果也是很重要的。
Yeah, so if you're wearing like white clothes, only white, what happens when white clothes get wet? You can see through them.
Okay, and it might get dirty easier.
Yeah, they might get very dirty. So for ladies, wearing swimsuits under your clothes is a smart choice.
对于女性而言呢，在衣服里面穿泳装是个聪明的选择。
All right, what's another thing that we should kind of avoid during Songkran? It tells us avoid driving. Yeah, this makes sense. So avoid driving. Road accidents are common during Songkran.
要避免开车，因为呢，泼水节、送干节期间，交通事故是很常见的。
It says slippery roads with water everywhere make driving dangerous, so it's much safer to use public transportation. Slippery is an adjective. It means difficult to hold or walk on because of something being smooth, wet, or greasy. So an example sentence we could say is, the floor was so slippery after the rain that Carol almost fell.
Slippery 这个形容词呢是湿滑的或是打滑的，那它的动词形式是 slip S-L-I-P， 指的就是打滑滑倒，它的过去式跟过去分词要重复字尾 P 加 ed 才可以哦。那我们可以把它放在这样的句子里面 Be careful not to slip on the wet floor， 小心不要在湿滑的地板上滑倒。
Oh, can I tell you a story real quick about slippery? So I've lived in Taiwan for, quite some time now. And the roads here, or the sidewalks, we would say, could be very slippery after it rains or while it's raining. I can't tell you. It's happened at least 5 times when I'm riding a U-bike.
Oh.
And I turn the corner and all of a sudden, I'm on the ground.
Okay, you rode it too fast.
I maybe rode it too fast, but those roads can be very slippery. So watch out here too.
OK， 那还有一个名词是 transportation， 好，指的就是交通运输或是交通方式。那大众运输就是 public transportation。课文说到，到处都是湿滑的道路，所以呢，驾驶就会变得很危险。因此，搭乘公共交通工具会更安全。
All right, so what are some things that we've learned so far of maybe not to do, some rules?
Number 1, don't splash water on
monks.
At monks. The elderly,
right,
and babies.
Yes, and we should also be aware of what colors we're wearing, like what kind of clothes we're wearing. So maybe wear a swimsuit.
Yeah, and don't wear something fancy or too expensive.
Exactly. All right. Well, jumping more into this article, it says, many people will apply wet mud to your face as a blessing, though it's banned in some areas.
Blessing 这个名词是保佑或是祝福。ban B-A-N 这个动词则是尤其指官方上面的禁止。那在课文里面用的是被动，过去分词重复字尾再加 ed。所以课文说到的是，许多人会将湿泥巴涂在脸上作为祝福，可是呢，有些地区是已经禁止这样子做了。
You remember when I asked you, speaking of a blessing, the noun, a blessing, you remember when I asked your father for his blessing to see if I could marry you? You remember what he said?
What did he say?
Yes.
Okay, of course.
All right, so jumping back to our article as well, everyone, it says it's a good idea to carry a bottle of water to wash your face with later on. And there we see the phrase later on, which means at a time in the future, after the present moment or a specific point in time.
Later on 这个片语是之后或是稍后，所以呢，这边要提醒我们的就是要随身携带一瓶水，之后清洗脸部会是一个好主意。Unless you want the mud to stay on your face.
Yeah, unless you like that mud on your face. And continuing, it says, skip the solid ice. Okay, so maybe don't eat the solid ice. Skip, we see, is a verb. It's to do, or excuse me, it's not to do something or have something. So an example using the verb skip, we could say is, he decided to skip breakfast to save time in the morning. We also see the adjective solid, which is not in the form of a liquid or a gas. So example sentence, the weather was so cold that the bucket of ice or the bucket of water outside turned into solid ice.
Skip 这个动词是略过、不做或是避免有。那我们可以略过不做什么呢？比如说 skip class 翘课、skip breakfast 就是不要吃早餐，好，略过早餐。那还有呢 solid 这个形容词是固体的、固态的。液态的呢就会用 liquid 来说，那气体的就会用 gas 来说。好，那这边呢要提醒我们的是避免使用固体的冰块。
Okay.
Why?
Well, let's find out. It says, while cold water is commonly splashed about, it shouldn't include solid ice. Okay. I'm kind of thinking where I know where they're going with this.
It might hurt people.
Yeah, very good. So in that sentence, we see splash something about. And what did that mean? It means to cause some liquid to slosh around in and out of something.
Splash something about 那就是四处泼溅。虽然冷水经常被用来泼洒，但是其中呢不应该包含固体的冰块。
Right, so when you're spraying people with water, having fun, don't have any ice cubes in there or ice because it could actually hurt, like you were saying.
Yeah, be careful with that.
And the last thing our article tells us, everyone, is most importantly, have fun.
最重要的是尽情享受乐趣吧。那各位同学们不想错过更多精彩的 English for You 内容，就赶快订阅我们的 YouTube channel， 还有追踪 Facebook。
All right, now let's get into our For You chat question. It says, what other festivals do you know of that have special safety rules?
Oh,
Can you
okay.
think of any?
Maybe
Special-
Chinese New Year?
Okay, what are some rules maybe we should be aware about with Chinese New Year?
When people are setting up firecrackers, they need to be very careful.
Yes, yeah, you need to follow some rules, local regulations about where to light them.
Yeah,
Okay.
and when you light them, you have to make sure there are no, power lines or dry areas.
Exactly. You don't want things to catch on fire. Let's think of another one. So that's Chinese New Year. Let's move across the, globe, spin it. How about we go to Spain,
Okay.
right? There's a thing called running with the bulls where people run with the bulls and the bulls chase them. I know that one of the rules is you have to be over 18 and you have to be fit. You have to be in good shape.
Okay, and you cannot provoke the bulls unnecessarily.
Yeah, you can't run up to the bulls and poke them in the eye or anything like that.
Okay.
And you have to follow the exact route where they put you in. So you can't run left, it's kind of running in a line. And you can't drink before you start playing or participate in that festival. All right, everyone, so that's a couple of our different festivals that have rules. What are some that you may know about? That's all the time we have for today. My name is Adam.
And I'm Elsie.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Vocabulary Review.
Aware. This news report about homeless people will make everyone more aware of the problems in this city. Monk. The monk lived alone in a small temple on the mountain, away from the city. Ideal. Taipei's Da'an Park is an ideal place to enjoy a picnic on a sunny day. Slippery. Be careful. I just mopped the floor, so it's a little slippery. Skip. Henry was so tired that he skipped taking a shower and went straight to bed. Solid. Most metals are solid at room temperature and become liquid or gas when heated.
智慧小补帖
Taboo. Taboo. Option. Transportation. Blessing. Ban.